G'day folks, Tony again here for more Star Control 2. Let's have a look at the star map. We've got some fairly full cargo pods here, so we can probably make our way back down towards Sol, which is all the way down here. Heading in a straight line will take us through Ilrath space, which we have been trying to avoid so far, but we did find a whole bunch of Ilrath in a system up the top here, which is a bit weird, so I don't actually know how many of them there are around here, but perhaps this might be a good opportunity, seeing as we do have Earthling cruisers and they tend to go reasonably well against the Ilrath. Maybe we should take a bit of a shortcut and just see how bad things get through here. And perhaps along the way we can stop in maybe at a star system or two and just try and fill up the remainder of our cargo space. There is a star out in the middle here by itself, which has a specific name and is not part of a constellation, so that can sometimes mean cool things. Remember over here, I believe it was at Z-Man. Is this Z-Man? It is. And then right next to Z-Man was Vila, I think the name of the system was, where our character originally came from the planet where the Dank was built. And of course, Betelgeuse, I believe, was somewhere over here. Where was it? No. Betelgeuse? Someone? Anyone? Bueller? Oh, now I've made a mess of it. Where was it? Might have been on the edge of this. Here we go. Betelgeuse was where we met the Cyrene. And I believe Rigel, which was fairly close by here. Yes, that was where we met the tiny little emissary craft of the Zophot pick. So fairly good track record so far with uniquely named systems. Let's give that a go and we'll see what happens. The Dank boldly going where clearly somebody has been before because it is within the control area, presumably of a hostile alien race. So I'm going to keep my eye on the hyperspace map there because if something appears, we're going to want to try and manually avoid it. There's something coming in there at the moment, so we might do a little bit of a scoot to the side. And try and keep heading in the general direction that we were heading before. I guess this is probably it down here, being fairly isolated and by itself, and we've fallen into the system, and that's good. But nothing immediately apparent. All right, cool. Let's explore then, seeing as we are here. And with those other things behind us, I still think we're going to be able to outrun. So maybe it will be all right. Okay, just need some groovy things. An alkali world's probably not prone to have too much good stuff on it. We do have some biologicals though, and it's a class 2-2, so it's definitely worth our time. Oh my goodness, there's tons of them. So we're going to head on down. We have 79 crew. Surely all of them are going to survive. Nothing bad could possibly happen. We do have shields, of course, now as well, so that will probably be helpful. Yes, and it is indeed preventing us from getting hit by things, so that's nice to know. Everything seems to be these bouncy things. Oh, now I tell a lie. Certainly plenty of bouncing things happening, though. We have some fast-moving bipeds that we've seen before as well. Looks like some of them aren't actually attacking us until we shoot them, so that's curious. I guess things that we don't tend to notice as much when we lose crew so quickly. And it looks like some of those bites are, in fact, actually getting through occasionally. But the shields seem to be protecting us from the vast majority of things. Oh, I really, really dislike how long it takes to shoot. Or how difficult it is to shoot some of these things. But, ow. But still, we're going to end up with a good batch of trade material for the Melnorm. And I guess that's the part that really counts, isn't it? Even the little slug things are trying to kill us. We truly do live in a hostile world. How did those two miss? I demand a frame-by-frame replay. I'll leave that up to the power of YouTube and you dear viewers to figure that one out. Hello, where did you go? Goodness me. Okay. Let's head straight back down. Going to all this hard work to collect things. Where was it? There it is. Certainly not going to leave any of them behind. Ow. Come on now. I just want your raw biological data. Is that too much to ask? Ow, quit it. Goodness me, just imagine how badly off we would be here if we didn't have those shields. Thank heavens we can afford to be clumsy. Incredibly clumsy. Bring it on. Yeah. We almost accidentally picked up some minerals there. That would have been unbelievable. So this should be the last trip down to the surface. I am counting this little venture into potentially hostile space as a win already. Because we found some biological data, and that's always a plus. When it comes to Melnorm trading, I don't believe there's going to be anything that we don't want from them, particularly when their resources are time limited. And I suspect that I have been playing rather suboptimally and am at great risk of running out of time. But hey, this Let's Play has to end at some point. So I'm going to save the game. It's a real trip here at the moment because we're all the way down on the 5th screen and there doesn't seem to be a way of getting there quickly, so I am going to start using some of the earlier ones again. No, not a haim. Don't even know what a haim is, but I do know what a game is. Come on, hurry up. Thank you. Let's go and have a look at some of the other moons. I'm assuming this is a gas giant. Correct. Well done, me. Don't think I've seen a grey one before, or I certainly don't recall it. But a red moon. Bound to be just brimming with goodies. Don't let me down, Dust World. Oh well. Ooh, some more biologicals. Class 4 tectonics. That may get a little bit iffy, but let's find out. The only way I know how, which is to clumsily attempt to extract things. So with swarms of bees, they should be fairly easy to shoot. I like the fact that none of these things are moving terribly quickly. Sounds like there's a few earthquakes, which is certainly better than those damn fire trails. And we have some trees that aren't moving at all, even though they take 1 billion years to hit. Happy to comply. So they don't seem to be attacking us either. So nice easy work to harvest those ones. Come on now. Ow. Wow, those get knocked away a fair way, don't they? Ow! Quit it! Nearly barreled directly into another thing there. Alright. What else do we have here? I'm assuming also that if we, ow, 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 ow. If we do blow up, I'm assuming that we lose all of the materials that's on board. I guess I probably should have thought to ask that question during the any number of times where the landing craft has been destroyed. That's why I'm the captain, is the kind of details that I pay attention to at all times. Alright. So we're very close, just a couple of beings left to slaughter. Good-o. Whew, that was a close call there. And we're done. Yeah! Go, team! Just weighed down and overloaded with biological material. I am very much looking forward to seeing what the next batch of things that the Melnorm have for us are. And I guess we could duck to Alpha Centauri to find out, because we're heading in that general direction. If we're going to have to go and intercept the Pekunk again. Come on. Good, good, good. All right. So that's Planet 3 sorted. I guess we'll just go left to right. Let's zoom into the middle here. We're going to probably have to go through an extra amount of distance from a zoom. There we go. Come on. Let's get in there. Just the one planet, no moons. Probably won't be long at planet 1. Halide world. Well done, halides. No biologicals. Let's go and pick some things up anyway. Delicious. Bromine. I couldn't do it without you, bromine. Oh no, it's a terrible turning arc. There we go. Collection complete. What's next? Or at planet 1, left to right. Is it going to be planet 2 next? Yes, it is. Oh, one of those silvery looking things. Oh no! That was clumsy. Silvery looking world. We've had luck with them before. What? Oh boy. Okay, so we found a slave shielded planet, but it has a starbase next to it. We definitely should probably save the game again. We got to 50, so I'm going to save over slot 1. That certainly saves time. Yay, progress. Let's go and have a chat with hopefully someone friendly. Report from orbit. We have explored the interior of the starbase and found it abandoned. Computer records show that the Ur-Quan put this starbase in orbit around the Chenjisu and Murmurherm after they were defeated by the hierarchy. From what we can determine, the Chenjisu and Murmurherm, who were assigned to this base, set up mindless robots to run the station, and then somehow returned to the surface of their planet, penetrating the slave shield. Further analysis of the starbase's databanks show that the Chenjisu and Murmurherm were exploring more synthesis schemes to create a hybrid race, half Murmurherm and half Chenjisu. The robots who control this starbase are armed and will not permit us to scavenge materials, so we are returning to the ship. End of transmission. Okay, can we land on the planet? Can we scan? Can we talk? Let's find out. We can orbit, so that's a start. A sapphire world. What? Okay, so we can't... We can't land, but we have found somewhere where there used to be one of the most important and influential races of the Alliance of Free Stars, which was the Chenjisu. Okay. So, and they're here in Ilroth space. That's interesting. I guess we're going to continue some collection. Maybe now that we've found that, we're going to be able to ask some questions, or somebody else is going to give us some more information. I don't really know. This Azure world doesn't really have anything for us. But what about the next one? Another green planet. Planet 5. Bring it on, Planet 5. Some more biologicals would be nice. I'm sure we have a fair bunch of them. A copper world. It's probably not going to have a ton of expensive things on it. No biologicals either. Fine. We will save the game. We're going to save it over that first slot again because we didn't really need that pre-starbase save. But we are going to venture forth a little bit further. The Precursor is still sliding in a favourable direction to us. Sol is over here. So maybe what we'll do is I'll put the autopilot on, and if we see anything along the way that we think might be groovy, I can use a manual override and just steer us or nudge us in the appropriate direction. Now, hopefully those things aren't going to catch up with us. It doesn't look to be the case. So there are a number of star systems right here that are fairly nearby. So let's, while we're here, and we don't have anything immediately stumbling over us, let's have a poke in there. There's some Ilrath there. We don't want to wrangle with them just yet. And over this way we have, I'm assuming, more Ilrath. Yep. Whoa, and there's something coming in that direction, so we'll scoot around it. Easily able to outrun them. The Ilrath vessels do not tend to be terribly fast. So that's good to know. What have we got here? I don't see any Ilrath here, but I do recognize that system name, Alpha Wolf. This is quite nearby to the Sol system, which we can see just down here. So I'm just going to fly home and we'll cash in our bits and pieces. That ship is following us quite a ways. That's all right. Let's see if the Starbase Commander says anything to us about... I didn't want to go to Venus. Says anything to us about that that discovery that we made. Let's do it. Greetings, Captain Clapton. I'm ready to assist you. Doesn't sound like it, does it? Okay, well, let's offload our minerals. I have minerals to offload. The Danks cargo manifest lists those. Whoa, those, and those. Oh boy. More fuel for the fire, eh, Captain Clapton? We found tons of stuff. Let's try and get some additional background information. No historical data. What aspect of history, Captain? I would like to ask a question about other starfaring races. Which group of aliens? Members of the Old Alliance, thanks. Okay, which race? I'm going to ask about the Chenjizu. The Chenjizu were the leaders of the Alliance, even though they refused to accept formally the title. It's weird grammar. I don't know if their silicon-based biology is just plain superior to our old carbon models, or if their fantastic intellects were the product of an ancient, peaceful culture. Whatever the reason, I'd rather be taking orders from a Chenjizu than any other life form, absolutely. One of the more amazing things about them was that they never used hyperwave communicators. They could send such messages naturally. And their natural hyperwave receptors were much more sensitive than even our best units. Okay, cool. Can you tell me more about the Murmherm? We didn't really get much of a chance to learn about those mechanical beings. But I'll tell you what I know. They are the product of a distant, unknown culture, who sent a giant factory ark into our region of space many centuries ago. The Mother Ark, that's what Earthpress called it, churned out millions of the robots, and then finally broke down. I don't know why the Murmherm didn't repair the Mother Ark. Maybe they can't. My personal guess as to why they were sent here is that they were the leading edge of a colonization project. And once the Murmherm have tamed enough new worlds, the genuine colonists, whoever they are, will arrive to claim their due. Okay, cool. Seeing as we've already been talking to the Yihut as well, let's have a chat about the Yihut. The Yihut are a race of ancient warrior clans who have been traveling the stars for many centuries. The clans are highly competitive and sometimes even wage war on each other. But the clans are all loyal to the Queen and her royal family, known as the Veep-Zeeps. The Veep-Zeeps have been in power for over 2,000 years, and it is said that during their rule, the Yihut have never lost a battle. Cool bananas. That's enough. Thank you very much. We've also talked to the Vux, haven't we? So let's have a chat about the battle thralls in the hierarchy. Tell me about them Vux. The starship Far Voyager, under the command of Captain Jeffrey L. Rand, encountered the Vux near Beta Mirror. Although the details are hazy, it is generally accepted that Rand defended the Vux starship commander with an inadvertent insult. The resulting tension delayed the Vux entry into the Alliance long enough for the Ur-Quan to enter the region in force and subjugate the Vux. With the Vux on their side, the hierarchy grew strong enough to attack the Alliance. The rest, as they say, is history. Very good. That's enough about the hierarchy for now. What other group of aliens are you interested in? As always, I would like to get out of the conversation. See you later. No. There we go. Hit spacebar instead of enter. Sorry. No, there's nothing else I need. I'd like to get out of here, please. You do that, Starbase Commander. I'm going to go and grab some more goodies. Give me all the fuel. Fuel us back up. Fuel. We have so many resource units now. I like it. I think that it's time to sell some modules. Let's sell all of the things that aren't super lasers. Just sell all of those. Good. Let's see, we could get some point defense here. So what we might do is we might add the real good fusion blasters. We're going to add them to the front so we can shoot them forwards. And then we might add point defense system there. And we'll add another point defense system there. Do we have enough dynamos? I think we do. So that should be good. I believe these are dynamo units. They are. There's a ton of them. We should be able to recharge well. We're good on crew. We've got plenty of fuel. We still want some cargo pods so we can carry some things. That seems fair to me. So let's go to our shipyard. We're going to crew back up in the dank, at least. Well done. And let's save that game blissfully early here in slot 2. What a relief. And I think the next best thing for us to do, considering we've just offloaded a ton of resources here, we should probably head on down to Alpha Centauri, because there should be... let's not head in that direction. To Alpha Centauri, because there should be a Melnorm vessel there. And then perhaps we... I don't actually know what we should do. I think, considering that that weird Vux who likes humans has been mentioned in both the Shafixty timeline as well as the... I think we have a Slilandro approaching us there. The Shafixty timeline as well as the Vux missions. We might actually go and try and track down Admiral's X. But it would be nice to find some Melnorm here. They are supposed to be lurking around this giant star. I don't really see them yet. Sometimes they're orbiting around a planet. We have to get close enough to find them. Clearly that's not happening yet. So which planets have we looked at? We haven't looked at this big yellow one here yet. Nope. I guess we go and check all of them. This is a bit frustrating. I believe we came here before and also didn't find anything, which is a bit shitty, to be honest. Considering the large stars are supposed to be where we can reliably find them. It would be nice to actually find them. Because I want my stuff. I really do. No. Wow, well, this is going to be anticlimactic, isn't it? If we can't find anything here. Ah, lucky last. It's always in the last place you look, because then you stop looking. This very morning, I was just saying to subordinate Ochre, "Fee fi fo fum, I smell the feet of a human." We laughed and laughed. What a synchronicity. Your present balance is 17 credits. Now, what can we do for you today? It's so pragmatic. I have some items I would like to sell. What would you like to sell, Captain? I have some data on alien life forms. Whoa! 374 units of biological data gives us 748 credits. We now have 765 credits for those of you playing the math game at home. I'd like to make some purchases with all of my cash. Let's get some tech. Give me some tech. Show how to increase your lander's cargo space to double its present volume. Gimme it. I hope this makes your resource gathering more cost effective, Captain. I hope it makes it more time effective. Present balance is 615 credits. The technology we are now offering includes blueprints which show you how to add double capacity fuel tanks. Gimme. We hope that these improved tanks will make more module slots available on your flagship. Thanks for pointing that out if I hadn't figured it out myself, which you can fill with other more useful equipment. Your present balance is 465 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for improving the rate of fire on your lander's stun ray bolt beamer gun. Yeah! Gimme! After some wild game, well, the changes we made should really make a difference. Unless, of course, that wiring went in backwards. Oh, I hope not. In which case, you won't be able to shoot at all, or take off for that matter. That doesn't sound great. Don't worry, Captain, we stand behind our work. If something goes wrong, just bring it back to us and we'll fix it pronto. Your present balance is 315 credits. The technology we are now offering includes details for building modifications to your planet landers which make them resistant to earthquakes. Oh boy, gimme! With the addition of these safety belts and heavy-duty shock absorbers, your lander occupants should be much safer when an untimely earthquake strikes. The job is complete. Your landers are ready. Your present balance is 165 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for adding auto-tracking modules which improve the aim of all your weapons. Gimme! You're preparing for a mighty battle, eh? Well, let me give you some advice. You should consider using multiple tracking modules, since this will greatly improve your aim. However, never add more than 3 to your ship. Any more would be useless. Also, be aware that tracking modules use significant amounts of energy. And you will want to add dynamo modules to your ship to keep your firing rate up to snuff. Your present balance is 15 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for adding improvements to your planet landers which make them resistant to inclement planet weather. I would love to buy that, but we don't have the cash for it right now. So we're going to head off. Been a pleasure. Likewise. So let's scoot over here a little bit. And that is all the time we have for this part of the Let's Play. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Let a friend know if you think they might enjoy this. And come back again soon for more Star Control 2.